Hello and welcome to another episode of Douglasville Impact. I'm Jason Post, and we've got another great show coming at you today. We've got some new people at the table. So let's just start off by introducing everybody. So joining us again today is Mr. Aaron Sarowitz.
Hello.
Joining us for the first time is Ms. Haley Chapman.
Hello.
And joining us again, I think, in our special seat. Have you not been on with us before?
I have not.
Ms.
Jennifer
Samantha
has.
Rosado. Okay. Well,
Hi.
then, yeah, you're definitely due.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Samantha. So we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, but let's start off with a couple of news items. Aaron, what's been going on?
Yes. So we're wrapping up 2019, getting ready for 2020, but we have a couple big things that have happened. So first and foremost, the demolition of the old jail site has finally officially started.
Woo.
So there's literally things being knocked down, shovels being
Right.
put in the ground. I don't know if that's
There's
actually happening.
bulldozers
Yes.
going down there.
So there's machinery down there knocking down buildings. So that started last week.
Because we had a news item like on the last show about our demolition party,
Right.
which was the kickoff, but people were like, but nothing's actually coming down yet.
Yeah, right.
It's actually coming down now.
Yes.
There's videos on our social media and website. And
Definitely.
Stuff you can see.
If
Big,
you-
heavy machinery knocking down walls. I think that's what people really want to see.
Right.
That's what they want to see at the party.
Yeah, right.
So it is happening now. You can see
Right.
it online.
So it was just a big
Yeah.
teaser,
Yeah,
so they
Just
could
getting
come
ready
to the
for it.
social media and watch it actually happen.
yeah. So
So-
it's coming down.
Yeah.
So that process has started.
Right,
So we got a couple of months for that to take. So in a couple of months, that's going to be gone.
right.
Level.
Completely flat,
Completely flat.
ready to be
And
built
awesome.
up again.
Yeah.
Greenery everywhere.
Our fun and exciting
Amphitheater.
Town Green and Amphitheater
Yes.
that everybody's so excited about.
Yes, that's right.
So this is the first step is actually coming down. So that's fun
Right.
and exciting. So if you're
It is
driving by,
exciting.
you can see all the work actually happening. So
Right.
yeah,
So-
we're finally.
Yes. Yes.
So that's big
we
news.
can start talking about how it's happened. ED, not going to happen or happening. So
The
that's
jail will be gone.
that's right.
A
That's
lot of
right.
people will be happy about that.
So that's been exciting. And
Yeah.
then also some good news for a staff member. Our economic development manager, April McCown, was named as a 40 under 40 person, 40
That's
under
right.
40 employee by West Georgia Living.
That's right.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's a big deal. I mean, that's really cool and a big honor for her. So
Absolutely.
we're really proud of her for that. And
Oh, that's awesome.
so I think that's an annual thing. Is that new? Have they been doing it for a couple of years?
Yeah, they've been doing the 40 under 40 for a while.
yeah, I
Okay.
think it's been
Yeah.
around for a while.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so that's exciting.
And April's doing great work, so we're glad that she got recognized.
Yes.
Absolutely. There was a bunch of Douglasville people in there.
Yeah, I think there's
So she
some,
was our city employee.
right. So Sarah
Sarah
Ray, I
Ray.
think from the
There, but-
chamber.
Emily
There's a couple-
Leitner.
Yep, Emily
Emily
Leitner
from
from the
the
CAC.
I think Mark Denice.
Yes.
Mark Denice.
Nice. There was some.
Do you know
seems
all
like-
40?
I don't know
Or-
all 40,
Okay.
but we did get the publication at the Welcome Center,
Oh,
so
good.
we did get to
There were
peruse
some
it and
Greystone
everything.
people.
There were.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, there were quite a few. There was
Quite a
like a
few.
dozen different people from that either work or live in Douglasville. So
Right.
good
Lindsay
representation.
Sargent from WSA.
That's right. That's right.
I'm done. That's it. I promise. That's it.
One more. No.
Jason started name dropping, so I was just trying to make
Yeah,
sure
right.
we
The
could
name.
Oh, hey,
fill
hey,
it.
that's good. That's good. We don't want to leave anyone out. So
So that's all good. Good
Yeah.
things happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely with April. So we're all real proud of everything that she's doing. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else I can
That's all the
cover.
big news.
Yeah, for 2019, but stay tuned for 2020. We got some big things coming up in 2020.
yeah, we're gonna have another episode or two here. You know, we're gonna squeeze another episode in to wrap up the year.
I'll probably
We'll
say
do
the
like
same
a
thing
year in
next
review.
episode. Wait,
We'll do like a
more
year
for
in review episode
2020.
or something, right?
Yeah,
We can review the whole year worth of news.
we could. I'd have to go through and listen to every episode, but
We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. All right, cool. Well, if that's all the news, let's move on. So normally this is our events calendar representative. We don't really have a whole lot. We've got our Christmas coming up on Friday. We have our Miracle on Main Street event coming up Friday. And then we have Christmas Breakfast with Santa on Saturday. We've talked about that the last few episodes and stuff. So we've covered those, but it's a lot happening. We're pretty much spending the whole week getting prepared for Christmas coming to Douglasville this Friday. So if you haven't found it, go to the website, go to the social media. You can find out all the information there, douglasvillega.gov. And come join us on Friday for the Christmas parade, the tree lighting, Santa pictures, all kinds of stuff. I can't even
Reindeer.
Band.
There's a band on the
Band.
plaza.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be a huge holiday party, pretty much, happening on Friday. So that's pretty much all of our events we were going to focus on because we've covered all that. So we thought we'd take this time to introduce one of our newest employees here with the city, Miss Haley Chapman. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
We're so glad you joined us.
Super happy to be here.
So Haley has joined us here in the Community Relations Department, and you are our digital media designer.
Correct. Yes.
Correct?
That is my official title.
So what all are you doing for us here at the city?
Well, I'm the digital media designer, and I do the graphics for the city. So the graphic design, do a little bit of photography. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm getting to do what I love with really amazing people. So it's kind of a dream job. So
It is. We try to have fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Haley's one of the ones that helps us look good as a city.
yes.
So we put a lot of stuff out there for, marketing our events and trying to tell the community about all the things, all the services that the city offers, all the events that the city puts on, and just things happening in the community. And we try to put a face on all those things. So Haley helps us to put a face on those things, whether it's a
Yeah.
logo or branding for events or branding for different things. So she's got those design skills where she can make things look pretty.
Yeah, and with our beautiful Douglasville brand,
The new branding, and the new
keeping
logo.
that brand, consecutive with all of our branches, with all of our design, it's just it's a beautiful kit. So I'm super excited to work with it.
Yeah, so when we overhauled the whole branding and stuff
Mm-hmm.
a year or so ago, we realized that it really does take somebody focused to help all the different departments who have these needs for materials and design materials. It takes somebody
Correct.
full time to help design all these materials across the entire city,
Mm-hmm.
across all the departments, so that we do still have a cohesive kind of
Yeah.
look and feel and image. So if you see a pamphlet or a flyer or a brochure that's coming from the city, you know that that's a city resource.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you're not picking up a piece of paper and it's got like city information and you're like, is that from the city? Or is that somebody just kind of claiming to be from the city or something like that? So that's been very helpful. And actually having Haley here has been really helpful on me and all our department. So we're glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
So
Thank you.
what about you? Tell us a little bit about you. You're,
Oh gosh.
You're actually, you live in Douglasville, right?
I
So we
do.
found a local girl, right?
Yeah, I live in I live in the county technically, but my address is Douglasville, but I'm not in the city limits technically. I live
Right.
I think I'm actually like one road over from being. I think
You're real close.
yeah, because I think Bomar possibly is the line. So like I'm like one road over, but yeah, I'm technically.
You're in the community.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't like to draw the line so harsh. It's all a community type thing.
And I love it actually. Like I moved out here to be with my husband, and I had originally lived in Midtown, and so I'm a big city girl, and I thought like I'd grown up in Fayette County, and so I moved into the city, loved it. I love like being just in the midst of all the hustle and bustle. Right. So moving out here, I was like, I really love you, so I'll move out here, away from the city. And that was a few years ago, and I thought, it was going to be like quiet or not get that city vibe. But Douglasville's like, keep on telling people I've really fallen in love with it. Prior to working here, I really did like fall in love with it. It's got like a family vibe, but then also like a kind of cool, quirky, something about it is like unique and quirky. And there's like this like whole hodgepodge of people that make up this like wonderful little city. So yeah, I
we
love
talk
it.
about our community and the citizens a lot and how involved they are with a lot of different programs and stuff. Right. And that's what that is. There's a lot of different people that come out and get involved in things and stuff. And yeah, it creates that kind of quirky energy and stuff.
Yeah, it really
makes it real helpful when you're having projects and events and things like that to have people come out and enjoy them. So yeah, that's absolutely. Some people just thought you were just moving out in the middle of the woods somewhere.
Well, I don't know what I was expecting, but I absolutely loved it, and it's a different mix too. I thought maybe it's just for families or maybe it's just for older people, but really it's just a big community together, and it's very welcoming too. Like that was something that. I mean, maybe that's a Southern thing as well, but I don't know. I don't think I ever got that in the city. I don't think I got that in a lot of like areas that I've lived in around metro area. that everyone was just
Yeah.
super, super sweet, you know,
Yeah.
and not
That's
just
awesome.
for a Southern thing,
Yeah.
an extra Southern sweet. So
Yeah.
I love
Extra
it.
Southern Sweet. That's a tagline right there.
Right.
Come to Douglasville. We're extra Southern Sweet.
Thank you. Just make sure y'all.
Trademark
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, speaking of taglines and visiting Douglasville and things like that, let's move on to Samantha. So Samantha Rosado is, tell me your actual title again with our Convention and Visitors Bureau.
The tourism program manager.
Tourism Program Manager. So your focus is tourism and getting people to come visit us here in Douglasville, right?
Correct.
Right.
And we've moved a little bit more towards making sure that the community is aware of what we have. We think it's important that you love where you live, that you're our spokesperson, that you're an involved citizen, just because when it comes to referring locations or destinations and things like that, our community is going to be our best spokesperson. So we want to make sure that our community knows our hidden gems and that they're able to sell those just as much as a visitor would. So we're trying to make sure that we focus on community, but also the visitor experience too.
Absolutely. Oh, so you love you love Haley right here.
Yes, she just perfected it. So if you can just get this in a commercial for me, and we'll just put it on replay.
That would be perfect. So what are some of the things that you guys do as the Convention and Visitors Bureau? We say CVB, and I'll probably say CVB accidentally a lot, but for people who don't know, that's Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Yes.
So what are some of the kind of the programs and activities and stuff that you guys put on as the CVB?
Okay, so the CVB, and it's also going to be referred to as the Welcome Center because we are housed in the Welcome Center. So it's on Veterans Memorial Highway, directly beside Fabiano's. So we're right off the plaza. We have two entrances. But our staff, we work on promoting the city as a destination. We try not to see the borders. We try not to see the boundaries. So we try to be well-versed on the city and the county. Our Welcome Center is a regional visitor information center, so we have tested to be certified travel counselors to know about the state. And one of our commitments is to sell Georgia as a destination, so that way we keep those hotel motel tax dollars in the state. Because once you're in one community, we all refer to the next one. So we carry visitor guides, we carry rack cards, event information for other destinations, but specifically our area. We have two signature events. We have the bridal show, which is always in February, and a family reunion workshop, which is in September. But we typically try to do smaller initiatives to get people in the building so that way they can see what's happening in our area. So today we launched Letters for Santa, and so that will go until December 20th. And so you're able to bring by a letter for Santa, and we'll take that for you. And then you'll kind of get to see what else is happening along the holiday events.
Very nice, very nice. So the like you said, you mentioned the bridal shower, the behind the veil
Yes.
bridal showcase. That happens at the Douglasville Conference Center.
Yes, it's
Right.
at the Douglasville Conference Center. It's February 23rd, so that is a Sunday. It's going to be from 2 to 4:30. So they'll have, typically in the past, because this will be the sixth one, we have about 35 vendors. We typically have about 200 people in attendance, and those are brides to be, future brides. We have had brides that they just know it's coming soon, but it hasn't really happened yet.
I haven't told their boyfriends to go into this event.
They're anticipating it.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So we have had those, but we've also had their weddings, so we knew that they were
Right.
along the right lines. And so you get to see the conference center, you get to see Proof of the Pudding, their exclusive caterer,
Right.
and then you get to see the local vendors. So majority of them are local to West Georgia. The fashion show is they're out in Bowden, and so we try to keep it local. We really promote shop small, shop local, but
Right.
helping promote those small businesses in our area. So it's very affordable to sponsor or to be a vendor at, and then it is free to attend for brides and their guests.
Nice. And the other big one you mentioned was the family reunion workshop.
Yes.
Which is huge because there's all kinds of venues around Douglasville and the community to have a family reunion. And you give them, a little more information on how to execute that?
We do. So in the past, we've done a family reunion workshop. For 2020, we're actually going to look at changing it towards just a reunion workshop.
Okay.
So having information that's whether you're having a class reunion or a
Right.
family reunion, because ideally it's the same planning process. It's just geared towards a different group of people. So we're actually going to hope that will help increase attendance, but
Oh, yeah.
basically allowing people to know the services that we offer that are complimentary, letting them know the venues that the city of Douglasville has, whether it's our Parks and Rec or the Conference Center. But trying to help them along through that process and see what the CVB is here for.
Absolutely, yeah. Because we've had a couple of big class reunions. I think this year we just had a big one. I think across the street at the Conference Center, not too long ago for Douglas County High School. So yeah, that would be an awesome venue for a big class reunion. So good idea.
We
Hadn't
know
thought about that.
Yeah, we know that those needs are there. I know this past summer we stuffed over 500 family reunion bags, so we know that they are happening, whether it's
Yeah.
at Sweetwater Creek State Park or if it's happening at Hunter Park or any of our other parks. Some of them are happening at the Conference Center, but some of the services that we provide for those workshops or for those reunions, we provide complimentary bags as long as they're utilizing one of our venues or our hotels. There are 24 hotels in the city of Douglasville, so complimentary bags when you have 75 people,
Wow.
it's a really great resource.
Yeah.
If they're looking at having people come into town and they need help finding their hotels, they can send us the information and we reach out to all of our hotels. So they don't have to reach out to multiple. We kind of handle that work for them. And then we're able to provide rack cards or coupons if we have them to kind of help them plan out their trip. So we can help build their itineraries too.
Nice. Very cool. Now, you mentioned briefly earlier hotel motel tax.
Yes.
Let's talk very briefly about
Okay.
how you guys are funded. Because
Okay.
that's a question that comes up all the time.
All right.
So,
So City of Douglasville, we have 24 hotels. And from those 24 hotels, if anybody has stayed in a hotel recently in the state of Georgia, they have a $5 hotel fee that's per night. On top of that, they pay a state tax and then a tax to the city. So they pay 8% to the city of Douglasville. And then that's kind of separated out. And we are funded off a percentage of that hotel motel tax. So our goal, of course, is to get visitors here because that helps fund our revenue.
right. So that's awesome. So that's one of those things where, your department and a lot of the tourism type things that we do as the city are funded by people coming to and spending the night in our hotels.
Correct.
So it's not coming out of regular tax base. It's coming from those visitors coming in and
Yes.
paying for it. So, which is awesome.
Yes. And our department consists of the Conference Center as well. So we are the Conference Center and Tourism Department. And that hotel motel fee and that tax helps provide for the Conference Center as well. So that is also a part of the tourism product.
Right. Excellent. And from that, we're promoting things that are happening all over the community, not just in the city of Douglasville, but out into the county, because again, that brings people, even if they're coming to an event or something in the county, they're staying in the hotels that may be in the city. Even if they're coming to Six Flags, which is over in Cobb County,
Yes.
they could be staying in our hotels to go to Six Flags. So you'll see the Welcome Center promoting things like Six Flags tickets.
Yes, we do sell discounted Six Flags tickets. Some of that is we have hotels on Thornton Road, and we do see
Yeah.
a lot of overflow from Six Flags. So although that attraction is in Cobb County, we still receive the hotel motel tax when they stay in our hotels. So it just makes sense to have a partnership with them. And we also we still are the Atlanta Metro. So it makes sense for us to have partnerships with the zoo or for the aquarium, because although they might want to be in Atlanta, they don't want to stay there. So it's good for us to be able to offer them packages or discounts for when they want to travel to Atlanta, but then come back into our community to stay or to eat.
Absolutely. And then we also have Sweetwater Creek State Park, which
Yes.
is not part of the city or part of the county. It's a state park, right? So, but I want to say it's like the busiest state park in the state.
Correct.
Is that right? Yeah.
It's
So,
the most visited.
it's the most visited state park in Georgia,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
which is, that's a huge thing. So that's something else we push. We push Sweetwater Creek State Park because that brings people, and they're going there, but they're also coming here and visiting places in Douglasville and eating at restaurants around the area and staying in the hotels and stuff. And it's all stuff that, in the end, helps us as a community, right? So that's
And
awesome.
the Sweetwater Creek State Park, we try to make sure that, because we build itineraries at the Welcome Center, and so we try to make sure that we have like an outdoors itinerary, so it shows them
Yeah.
how they can fully, whether they want to go to Foxhall for a couple things, or if they want to stay at a yurt at Sweetwater, or just hike on a different trail. So we try to make sure that we have itineraries that fit different people's needs, whether it's a family or an outdoor excursion or a girls' weekend, things like that. So,
All kinds of fun stuff to do.
yeah.
So if anybody wants more information about just things happening in and around the community, or if they want to come just find out more about Douglasville, they can obviously come to the Welcome Center right off O'Neill Plaza here in downtown Douglasville and meet Samantha and see what's going on. But website?
Yes, our website is visitdouglasville.com. We are on social media, so we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Visit Douglasville as well. But we did just launch our app probably about a couple weeks ago, so it's Visit Douglasville with an exclamation point at the end. So you can build your own itinerary there, so you don't have to go off of our customized ones. You're able to see our calendar of events, add those to your itineraries, a list of hotels, restaurants, and things like that. So if you don't want to download the app, you can actually do that from our website and then just print your itinerary from there. So
That's
super
awesome.
user-friendly, and it's great, I promise.
How cool is that? Awesome. All right, cool. So visit Douglasville, Welcome Center, app, Douglasville calendar.
Douglasvillecalendar.com is an avenue for you to post your events. It's no cost, so you're able to post your events, and then we on the back end will approve it, and then those events link straight to the app, so they're able to access those to their itineraries. So it's a free marketing tool, and then it's just a place where people or citizens or visitors are able to just go and see what's happening.
Yeah, and there's always stuff going on.
There's always something happening in Douglasville.
Usually more than one thing at a time.
Yes.
Right.
Multiple things. There's plenty to choose from. We talk a lot about the stuff that we, as a city, are putting on or that we're partnering with, but even beyond that, there's a whole community worth of activities happening. So you can find all those on DouglasvilleCalendar.com. Right? Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, is that everything for the CVB and tourism? Is there anything else you guys got coming up around the bend?
I don't think that there's anything else that we have going on behind the scenes. We did announce, I think y'all helped us with the press release for the conference that we have. We're hosting
That's
here
right.
in April. So we actually just received logos and things like that from the conference today. So we're going over those and helping being the connection with the hotels. So we're super excited about that and hoping that 2020 shows for some more conferences. So
2020 is going to be a big
Nice.
year all around. I
Yes.
think, here in Douglasville. Lots of things are going to be happening. Lots of events, lots of conferences, lots of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings and openings and stuff. So it's going to be a big year.
yeah.
A very big year in 2020.
Very exciting.
So, awesome. Well, thanks for coming out and telling us all about everything you guys do at the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks, Erin, for coming out again. And thanks for joining us for the first time,
Yes.
Haley.
Thank you.
And thanks for all the work that you've been doing so far and the great face you're putting on the city. So thank you guys all for joining us. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching and listening, and we'll see you next time on Douglasville Impact.
Bye.
Bye.